Let me ask you something, and don't answer it fast. Actually think about it. How do you know anything you believe is true? I'm not talking opinions. I'm talking anything. The sky is blue. The earth is round. You're sitting in that chair right now. How do you know? Like, no, seriously. What's your first instinct? Because I can see it? Because I have learned it? Because science says so? Cool. Now ask yourself, why do you trust that?
This podcast is a commentary and discussion show. All topics are based on publicly available information and are presented as opinion, satire, and conversation. Nothing discussed should be interpreted as absolute fact or professional advice. This is the Belligerent Broadcast Network.
And we are live. It is Easter Sunday, April 5th. What is going on, people of Earth? What is going on, Nick?
What's going on, Kyle?
Happy Easter, buddy.
Happy Easter, brother. How was your day, man?
It's been all right. Spent some time with family.
Hell yeah, same.
No kids in the house, so I didn't have, Easter Bunny wake up this morning. There was no kids running around at 5 a.m. looking for a basket of goodies.
Isn't that crazy? We're all getting old now, man. Time's a-flying.
Something, it got to me when I got to dinner at my mom's house. And I'm in my 30s, so it sounds stupid. She made me an Easter basket, and it brought some joy to my heart. Now, however, we had these Easter baskets that my great-grandmother made when we were kids. And I've had this since I was, before I could even remember. This has been my Easter basket. And it's orange, crocheted basket, wood basket, with a bunny face and feet and ears on it. And I asked my mom, I said, so what happened to our Easter baskets when we were kids? They got water damaged when the house flooded and got moldy. That made me a little bit sad.
Act of God, man.
It sounds so stupid and petty to be mildly even heard about it, but it's damn.
It's nostalgic, man.
30 years of having that Easter basket and seeing it every year, and it just moldy and gone.
That's how life goes sometimes, man. One day we're here, and then the next day we're moldy and gone.
It just makes you think how fragile everything that we consider near and dear to us really is. And it's something you don't think about but once a year on Easter. I don't ever think about that Easter basket, but I did today.
I can get that. I get that feeling. Yeah, bro. It's that nostalgia, dude. Just brings back being a child, waking up in the morning, looking for them eggs. It was your own personal basket for 15, 16 years probably?
30.
Oh, they were making shit for you every year?
Yeah, no, well, I've had that same basket since I was a kid. And yes, my mom has made me an Easter basket every year.
I was mostly saying getting up and being able to go get the egg hunt and shit that time period.
So I probably quit having my Easter basket actually hidden when I was in high school, probably 15, 16. It was just sitting out.
Yeah, same.
When I moved home from college, my mom wasn't hiding it. Well, the Easter Bunny wasn't hiding it. My sisters were. So I'd always be the last one to the party. The family holiday party. I'd be the last one there, and I would have to search all over the house because my sisters hid that basket. My mom's like, well, it was just sitting on the table.
Yeah, I'm sure, Ma. You let them have it, didn't you? Fuck.
Well, and my sisters have always been the real fair sport of trading candy and stuff. They know which candies I like, and I know which candy they like, so I'll always make trades. And
yeah,
it was fun stuff. And I'm glad that it's never left. And considering the youngest one now is a senior in high school, I was just informed today that she got her driving permit.
Hell yeah!
So stay off the roads, my dude.
Man, it's hard. It's hard to stay off the roads, dude. I'm always going driving around.
Look out in Macomb County, Michigan. My sister's got her license, or her permit.
Well, I'll be driving in Wayne County soon, so
that's a nice little change.
But we'll save that for another time. Talk about.
Are you going through city traffic for that? Detroit city traffic?
Mostly no, not at all. It's really just off of, where Mount Elliott is, over by Mound?
Yeah, well, that's not too far.
Pretty much down there off of Davison. So, not really. 8 Mile, yeah, I guess 8 Mile would be the worst one, but that's...
Maybe to Mound's not even that far, though.
No, it's 15 minutes from here.
So, did you see anything fun in the news this week?
Oh, brother.
That you want to talk about? Anything piss you off in the news, or is it all kind of just what the fuck?
Well, I spent not most of my week, but the funniest thing I've heard this week, I think, is we're raping aliens, man. Hard R.
I heard that we were raping we
Yeah, so that's from a congressman, dude, an ex one and a current one. So what do you think about that, man? I mean, you think we have like 12 locations where we're just shoving them full of our sperm?
I always thought it was the other way around. We're like,
not in ours.
We were getting taken and used for the hybrids. Our females were being taken and used for the hybrids.
We're getting them back. We're going to probe them. You probe us, you probe me, I probe you.
The aliens have always shoved stuff off our butts, so I guess it's time we shove something up theirs.
Yep. And we lock them up while we do it.
So who's getting beamed up, Scotty?
I mean, it's supposedly to make, breed a generation that can do interstellar communication. So all of us, well, all of them. Oh, dude, you know what's crazy? If that's true, actually, let me think about that. What if they are actually made to go through, like, their bodies can handle more shit? Higher G-forces and maybe being more sustainable to go through like a wormhole or a Stargate, Dude, I just thought about that. That's crazy. Because if we're breeding, man, I mean, I wonder how real it is. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing to just hear out of nowhere.
Well, for a congressman to come out and like put his entire reputation on the line for it too, I mean,
yeah, dude, it's like, for real though, like.
What's the motive for that? And I mean, every president since like the 70s has said, we're going to release the alien files. And we've gotten some.
I think they say that. And then
redacted ones.
Well, they only say it just to get like more of the population to want to vote for him, I would say.
To get the conspiracy theorist vote?
Yeah. And I would say even beyond that, even a president that would actually release that information, I think they pretty much get shut down. They get told, listen, brother, it's not going to happen. All right.
So are you saying you believe in a deep state? Something,
obviously,
a shadow government, that our president is just a puppet? Because that's what I believe.
I mean, yes, but also I think let's ignore that and say, even without a deep state, there's already people that are head of departments that have been there longer than serve those spots longer than presidents serve in theirs. So there's people that already have all this information and have to actually work with it on a daily basis. So it makes it a little bit different.
Majestic 12?
Good MJ12. Yep.
That's...
I don't even know what to think about this, man. Like, for real. So okay. So what if all the alien abductions have actually been us using their technology to do this breeding program, bro? What the fuck? It's been the government the whole time, man. They're fake alien saucers and shit. Bro, we're getting duped.
I mean,
not the first time,
what
but...
about the Greada Treaty, which says it's the other way around, where they're allowed to abduct and do experiments on a certain amount of humans as long as they give a list of all the abductees to the government.
Misinformation. Oh, actually, yeah, well, I don't know.
It goes both ways now?
Or maybe they put it out there to blame it on the aliens when we were the ones doing
it.
Hey,
U.S. government, when's it going to be my turn to fuck an alien? I want a turn.
Yeah.
If we're doing this, let me have in on it. Are my genes not good enough to put into the universe? What the fuck?
Is there actually fucking going on, or we just...
Is it artificial insemination, or is it like...
It's probably artificial insemination. I don't think we got like a brothel of alien women, I don't think they have that, but...
I wonder how they fully know it's non-consensual. What if it was consensual? What if the aliens want it from the way they're dressed?
Oh, dude.
I mean,
humans have a lot of holes to play with and a lot of things to do.
And all the images of the gray aliens, I can't remember any other holes other than being in their nose.
Well, I haven't seen the gray boys. The Playboys of the aliens. I never really looked at one of those to see, so I don't know.
You don't want to get into that alien Badusi?
Just, it's just not my type.
One time for the one time?
I don't think it's my type, bro. I think...
not enough cushion for the pushing?
There's definitely not enough cushion for the pushing. No, I need more of like a little bit taller, some more assets on the body, a little better looking face.
But they've evolved past that.
Maybe.
They've evolved past
The Greys could just
conception
be
of beauty.
biological androids too. So
you think they're fucking robots?
I mean, it's possible. Why would they all look the same like that?
I don't think Congress would come out and make a big stink about them screwing robots. China's already doing it.
All aliens aren't the Greys, though. That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, that's just the one that everybody talks about.
Right. Well, that's the most common since Roswell. There's the Nordics, the Xenons, the Dracos, the this, the that.
Draco Malfoys?
The lizard people.
No, I know. That's why the Republicans are warming up the planet. We had the conversation.
Yeah, indeed. So what else been going on, man? Other than us fucking aliens now. Which I think that should be the craziest news headline out there right now.
100%. Yeah, I guess raping probably wasn't the proper word. We're artificially inseminating them, 100%. There's no way. But I guess beyond that topic, I guess on the world stage, Iran's still going on. Trump just gave him another ultimatum of a couple of days or something to open up the strait.
Yeah, he was saying Thursday or something.
This is the fourth time. You think they're going to do it now?
No.
I think we're just going to keep bombing them then.
I think they're pretty ensconced in where they're at, and it's going to be to the death, to the end of the country at this point. And Trump's really running out of days legally. He's only got so many days, it's like 50 days or something in the military action before he has to pull out or get congressional approval for an extension. So he's got to be coming up on that deadline here shortly. And I mean, with that oil refinery going up in flames in Texas last week, or the week before, one of the two.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, so, I was down in Georgia this weekend. Where I was down in the kind of the Atlanta metro area, a little bit away from the Chamblee, there is like a CDC building over there. So where I was staying at in the apartment, we had like Black Hawks flying over there constantly, pretty much all day long.
Well, you know that CDC lab is one of the largest in the country.
Yep, exactly.
And it's had some of the most predominant leaks in the entire country.
And ever since the war started, it's been, whatever you want to call it at this point. Ever since this started, those helicopters have been flying around there patrolling for drones. So obviously we're worried about something.
Well, Iran's had threats of drones, and there have been drones spotted off the coast of New York and California that have been unidentified, and
so obviously,
don't know where they're coming from.
So in my head, to me, that sounds like Iran was a bigger threat than they predicted it to be.
Well, how many sleeper cells are here? Was that number station that we heard? I don't know if it's still broadcasting or not. I haven't kept up on it.
Yeah, I haven't either, actually.
But was that number station waking up sleeper cells that could potentially lead to attacks from inside the U.S. on U.S. targets? Yeah. I'd step up patrols, too. I mean, I don't blame them there.
No, I mean, I get it. But, it just adds to the suspense at this point.
And, I mean, I think we suffered more damage or casualties than what the news is leading on to in this Iranian war, too. Or this Iranian conflict. Like, between the planes going down, we had that F-15 that went down. They shot a fucking KC-130 down. They've hit some helicopters. They've hit some naval ships.
Yeah, we had to go in and save a couple people.
And they put boots on the ground to go save pilots.
Yeah, and blow up the other thing, right?
They did blow up the
plane?
The 130, so that way Iran couldn't take it as a war trophy and try to...
So we're not leaving shit like we did in Afghanistan anymore?
Not yet.
Oh, we got to send everything over there first.
Yeah, we got to wait for everything to get there before we can leave it.
Then we can just leave it and make more. Fucking God. Yeah, it's a little wild, man. It's almost like a big joke now, dude.
It's just a repeat, man. It's a repeat of Afghanistan in the 80s and Iraq in 2003.
You know the Gaza ceasefire is still only a ceasefire, too. They never actually agreed to anything yet. Israel's just been focused with Iran and Lebanon and all the other shit now. Well,
and Israel has repeatedly refused humanitarian aid trucks from Egypt coming into Israel.
Oh, purposely committing some sort of genocide, dude.
Well, they're blocking aid for sure, and then denying it on the global stage.
I mean, starving people is a form of genocide on that scale.
It should be a war crime if it's not. I don't know if it is.
Oh, it's a lot of what he's done is a war crime. Them targeting more civilians than anything else. Like, But you know how it is in Israel. I mean, he's not going to get tried for things as long as the country's at a state of war. So, you know, they going to be at war till he dies. 100%.
I can more or less agree with that. I don't know how court and tribunals and all that go in Israel during times of war specifically. I mean, times of war wouldn't stop a trial here. But I mean, we're not seeing any trials fucking happen for things that should be tried in this country. It was nice seeing Pam Bondi get fired.
Oh, yeah.
She should have been fired on December 20th after her and Kash Patel missed that fucking deadline for the Epstein files. When they said December 19th,
should have been fired.
They both should have been fired the next day.
Can't believe we have like a media influencer as the head of the FBI.
I know, right? And I mean, and you see Carolyn Levitt's just trying to, we're moving on from that. When talking about the Epstein files and push for them, it's like, no, we're not moving on from shit.
They've been trying to move on from it for years now, bro. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's fucking embarrassing. And then you see other countries bringing up other people on charges and shit. Like, why are we not doing the fucking same?
If Trump had actually drained the swamp like he was supposed to, like, we'd be okay. But he's a part of that at this point.
I think he's having his hands tied on certain levels, and then other levels are going, shut the fuck up and we're going to put some money in your pocket. Or some money in your kid's pockets, or we're going to put your kid in this position, or we're going to advance your family this way.
I think he's guilty of some stuff too, man. Like, it's a little outrageous to...
Guilty of some stuff, yes.
Not all of it.
What he's guilty of, I'm not sure.
No, you can't tell because
something.
all the redactions, I mean, what they release and everything isn't even in the release files. Like, they're definitely cutting shit out. There's shit we're missing, 100%.
How many actual sexual harassment lawsuits he's had in his history as a businessman from the time, even before his political career, that he's paid out hush money on that could potentially come up. And this would give, if they open this door, it's going to open up a bunch of other shit. So it might not be directly that he was guilty through the Epstein files, but it's going to open up a door to what other aspects of his life that he was guilty in. Like, he was a 25-year-old and made a pass at a secretary and ended up with a sexual harassment lawsuit, so she grabbed money, so he paid her off.
That stuff is, you know, I
mean,
understand where you're coming from, but it's not consequential for sure.
But look at Congress. Look what they just did with the sexual harassment bill.
The news does. Oh, yeah, dude. What
the fuck was that? They all voted it down. 300 and something to 57 voted it down. That just tells me they're all the fucking same.
They're all guilty.
They're all fucking guilty. Every single one of them.
And the thing is we vote these people in too, so I don't know what everybody's not paying attention to. The status quo at this point is like, man, it's like a bad movie. It's like you watch a movie.
Episode 1, it's a bad sitcom that we live in.
100%. It's like you're watching it and you're like, dude, pay attention. Dude, what are you fucking doing? And you just watch people keep making the same mistakes and doing the same shit and things aren't getting fixed. And you see everything from all the sides, but the shit's not working. Like, it's not cool.
And then history repeats itself every 15 to 20 years.
Yeah, like Iran.
Playing in the sandbox, baby.
Going back to the playground.
Yeah, basically. And like the one politician right now that's really standing out to me still is Senator John Kennedy. He's calling so much bullshit, putting so much shit out there, calling out people for like, oh, well, this is your article from this date, or this is your tweet on this date, like, and reads it off verbatim to them. And they're like, oh, well, I didn't say that. How? This is not your words. It's from your personal fucking Twitter page.
That's the famous last words of a congressman or president, man. I don't recall doing that. I didn't do that.
I didn't say that. Yeah. Bullshit.
I don't recall saying that.
But I've watched a couple clips this week of him just grilling people. We sent like $3.5 million to some country in Africa.
Oh, there was like a few on that list like that.
For dance classes.
Yeah. For
their prostitutes, their escorts, and their escorts' clients. What the fuck are we funding?
Oh, whatever someone can get their hands on, fuck it.
Like $4.4 million for buses in some other country? Like, we have crumbling infrastructure here. What the fuck?
Or the vasectomies over in was it Zambia or something like that?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are we paying? What? Not everybody has to get circumcised.
We don't even have health care here. We don't even have those kinds of benefits here. Why are my tax-paying dollars funding somebody else's health care but not the citizens of this country? How come my vasectomies wouldn't be free?
100%. And I think it was vasectomies and circumcisions as well, but I was thinking about it wrong when I said it.
There's been all kinds of crazy shit. It's like, what the fuck are we funding? What senator got this shit passed? Like, figure out who wrote that shit into this bill and get them kicked the fuck out of it.
Probably one of the ones in APAC.
Something.
Most of
We
them.
need to fucking term limit these fuckers. Get these people out. Vote every last one of these
You know what's fucked?
motherfuckers out.
The only way to get a term limit on Congress is for Congress to vote it in. Isn't that crazy?
That ain't gonna happen. They ain't gonna term
Yeah,
limit
why the fuck are we
themselves.
gonna do
That's like me
that?
saying, yeah, I can only work this job for 8 years and then I gotta quit and do something else.
Yeah, figure the rest of your life out, not getting paid, not getting the health insurance. Like,
The other thing we need to do is cut legacy benefits to these motherfuckers.
what, will they get the high-end shit the rest of
They
their
get
lives?
the high-end health insurance and shit for free on my fucking tax dime for the rest of their goddamn lives. You fucked me over for 20 years sitting in that seat and you want fucking more money?
You know, they fit all that shit into those big-ass bills they put out there that are supposed to be about, you know, like, getting the government funded again, getting them back up and running.
And then the bill
stuff like
turns out
that.
to be 900 fucking pages.
Yeah, that's where they slip all this shit in, just like all the extra USAID stuff and like, yeah, more benefits for Congress for long term. Yeah, 100%. And they talk about breeding aliens, I guess. So got a whole list of crazy.
I'm trying to think of anything else that's happened this week that really needs to be talked about. You weren't here for the crazy. Well, it wasn't even really that crazy storm that blew through here with the tornado sirens and stuff that happened.
No, I missed that. I mean, I drove through the southern part of that storm, way down, and I was in Kentucky when I got hit by that. Yeah, I mean, it rained a lot. It's hard to drive in the mountains.
It really didn't even rain that much here. It was quick.
It fucking rained.
They said there was like 2 to 3 inches that fell, but it was quick. And like it came in real fast, fucking everything blowing sideways and shit, and then it was gone.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes, man. But I think the sirens went off too. I was thinking about this after a conversation about it. You remember, what was it, like a month ago or something, when Uniontown or Union something or another?
Union City over on the west side, yeah.
Because that happened so fast, they didn't even have anything ready to go. They didn't set the alarms off. Nobody planned for it. The shit just happened. So I think they preemptively did it here because of how crazy that was. Because Michigan didn't used to get stuff like this. And now the winds are literally changing. You remember we were talking about the ice caps melting and how that pushes the water different ways. How we were talking about that in regards to like the ice age and the end of the ice age and stuff like that and the floods. Yeah, there's something's fundamentally changing on this planet, dude. 100%. From just our 30 years of being alive.
Well, I think the magnetic poles are finally making greater shifts year to year than they were when we were kids. So that has sped up. And with the poles shifting, the weather patterns are shifting.
100%. But why would it start doing it faster out of nowhere? Just a cycle, you think? Or you think it's maybe something else is going on? I don't know.
Because nothing in nature is linear. Everything's got a curve to it, some kind of parabolic or hyperbolic wave.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious what your
So
thoughts were.
as time goes on, the curve gets steeper, so everything goes faster until it peaks. And then as you go down, it has the opposite. That's the whole thing of a whole lot of nothing and then all at once.
Yeah, that's why the natural disasters have happened in the past so quickly.
Well, it's like eating a fruit roll-up. One of the really long, 3-foot long things.
Oh, yeah.
It's real slow at the beginning. It doesn't seem like you're unrolling that much or making that much progress while you're eating it. But then you get to the last 2 rolls and it's just like, wham!
Yeah, it's all gone. That's it.
It's kind of how things work.
Those definitely get eaten fast.
So, did you see that Europe is finally, they passed bills and laws starting to deport refugees like the way Trump's deporting them here?
I did not hear about this.
That happened on Friday. The EU board parliament, the greater EU, all put in laws for that. Which, I mean...
Fuck it. I mean, I get it.
You think they're going to have protests like we do here?
What do you mean by that?
In the same way? I mean, they've been protesting to get the migrants out. We've been protesting to keep them in. you think it's going to change anything now that they got laws to get them out?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends how they enforce it, you know what I mean? Just like here. Like, it just depends. What do I think? Man, it's hard to... I don't know what the fuck anybody wants to do anymore, man. It's so chaotic. It's fugazi, bro. It's all over the place.
It's all fake.
It's fucking fairy dust.
And then did you see that in Japan, they're making laws banning new mosque buildings?
I did actually see something
because
about
there's so many Muslims going into Japan.
You know, the thing is with Muslims is they have a lot of kids. So they're overtaking the countries that they're migrating to. Just like here, we have, we're getting overpopulated by other people as well.
Yeah, that.
And I'm all for having a mixing pot.
Views on people too, but here,
well, that's the huge problem.
In Japan, the Muslim population quadrupled in 20 years, and three things are creating tension. Some say it's legitimate concern, others say it's discrimination. Third, Japan has 160 mosques for 420,000 Muslims. When Muslim communities try to build more, the locals file opposition, citing fundamentalism fears. In one city, they blocked the construction even after their own associations approved it. Second, a conservative group showed up outside a mosque shouting, "Get out of Japan." The trigger, a viral video of Muslims praying in a park beyond their permit zone, but the mosque confirmed it was an accidental overflow. And lastly, Japan's constitution guarantees freedom of religion, but Muslims complain that zoning law lets neighborhood associations legally block mosque construction without any explicit ban. Intolerant.
Ain't that fucked up? They go in, overdo their zoning laws, and then complain about the laws of the country that they fled those exact fucking things.
Yeah, I do find that part to be a little confusing. Why would you leave a country because you don't like the way that country is just to bring all the shit you don't like here? Like the Sharia law. Like, people still walk around with that around here. I thought that's oppressive to women, so why even keep wearing it?
Yeah, I don't get the whole, I fled the hijab, so I'm going to wear a burqa, so I'm going to wear a burqa here.
And I mean, like, to each their own. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, personally. But I know I don't want that shit shoved down our throat. Like, I don't want all of our women in full uniform like that. I like booty shorts.
Seeing more than ankles on a woman.
Yeah. Ankles don't really do it for me, man. I don't know about you.
I'm not a foot guy, and I'm definitely not an ankle or a cankle guy.
Goddamn cankles.
Fucking cankles.
Yeah, so, it's just a weird situation, man. But then then they all have too many kids, bro. Like, overpopulate.
I don't understand how you got 13 people living in a 2-bedroom house.
That's exactly how.
But yeah, they drive in.
Affording wise.
They drive in like Ferraris and shit too.
Well, fuck, when everybody's paying to live in that little 2-bedroom, dude, you make some money. Unless you're like downtown Atlanta.
Well, and you know how those families are. Everybody's a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer.
Yeah.
Come here with your oil money and live off of our systems for free.
Oh, with the tax credits and, free shit.
Yeah. All the free
shit. Education. We don't have free education, but I'm pretty sure immigrants get
They definitely
reasonable.
get some discounts on schooling and stuff. All right, guys, we're coming up on that 30-minute marker. We're going to go into our first break.
Ka-choo.
Ka-choo, ka-choo. Flowing along. All right, guys, we're going to take this break. We'll be right back. All right, let's be honest. Most energy drinks taste like radioactive syrup and leave you vibrating like you just licked a power outlet. We don't do that here. That's why we partnered with W Energy. No sugar, no crash, no jittery anxiety spiral at 2 a.m. Just clean and locked in focus, whether you're gaming, lifting, working, or deep diving into conspiracies at midnight. If you're going to fuel up, do it without poisoning yourself. Go to dubby.gg, that's DUBBY.gg. Use code BBN at checkout for 10% off. And here's the real reason you should care. Every order using our code helps keep this show alive. It keeps the lights on, keeps the mic hot, keeps Nick unfiltered, and me employed as an editing wizard. You want more episodes? You want better production? You want us cooking every week? Support the sponsors that support us. Dubby.gg, use code BBN for 10% off your order. Don't outsource your energy. Now let's get back to the show. And we are back from our first break.
All freshened up.
Freshened up, ready to go.
I even powdered my nose.
Hit the ladies' room.
Yep.
So, man, let's talk about this. Why is the sky blue? Why is the earth round? Are you really sitting in that chair right now?
Well, it feels like I'm sitting in this chair right now. Probably looks like it from your view.
But how do I know? Optical illusions exist.
It just shows you how important I am to you, because I'm the 0.1% of light you can see.
But how can I trust my eyes that I'm seeing that light?
Listen. Okay. Well, let's go on from there. The sky would be blue scientifically because of the way the light of the sun bounces off the atmosphere.
You're talking about Rayleigh's scatter theory. Yes. How do you trust the science?
Yeah. The problem is I don't have an answer for that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't even have... The only thing I can say is most of this stuff is just accepted knowledge. Pretty much what we grew up with.
So just because it is?
Pretty much. Why is our language the way it is?
Dogmatism, right?
Is that what you would call it?
That's
what it's called?
Something
Yeah.
is because it is dogmatism. Can scientists solve the scientific method using the scientific method?
You know, that's a hard question, man.
It's circular.
Yeah, it's
And what did I do to you by just asking why? How do you trust that? Okay, the science says. So how do you trust the science? Well, there have been experiments then. Okay, but how do you trust those experiments?
it's hard to believe things you don't actually do
That
yourself.
is called an infinite regression. You try to justify one outcome with a justification from another outcome. And in theory and in practice, that's endless. So you end up saying it just is what it is because it is, or because I see it with my eyes and basic logic and reasoning says that, which is dogmatism.
Yeah, it's a fair question though, because you know, just like if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound?
Well, and sound is a wave through the air.
Yeah.
So it would make the pressure wave that would be associated with sound, but it's not technically a sound until it's received. It transmits.
So it's not a sound.
It transmits, but what does it transmit to if nothing's there to receive it? So the reason I'm bringing this up, and I realized it this week, is we've kind of been building towards this the last couple episodes. Like we did the Mandela Effect episode. In episode 11, I questioned, are people getting dumber or just louder? And then in episode 12, without even listening to my episode, you basically came to that same conclusion, and we talked about it there too. Are things really what they perceive to be? So the underlying theme of all this is, can you actually trust what you think you know? And I found something out that basically says, not fully.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So it's called Agrippa's Trilemma. And it's super simple. It says every belief you have, and literally every single one of them, ends in one of three places. An infinite chain of why, a circular loop, or an assumption that you just accept. And we kind of already broke it down.
It's kind of wild, man.
Kind of already broke it down. Why is the sky blue? Because we see it.
Because that's what we're told, and that's how we see it.
Why trust your eyes?
Yep.
Well, because they work.
Only 0.1% of the time?
But do they? Do they just work well enough most of the time? Optical illusions exist. And your brain kind of just fills in the gap. And then, as we talked about in the Mandela Effect, Your memory reconstructs it and reinforces it. So let's push that a little further, right? Science explains it. Cool, right? We always go to the science.
Sure, yeah.
I'm a numbers guy. I love numbers, data, evidence.
Oh, science is fun.
But why trust the science? Why are we putting all of our trust into Newton, into Einstein,
Well, they're really all just theories.
into Tesla? Theories, but they're not called theories. They call them laws.
There's laws and theories.
The laws of quantum mechanics. The laws, Newton's laws,
Yep.
Einstein's laws. So, and when you ask it, and you ask, like, why trust science? You go, well, because it's tested. So then we ask, by what? And what do they reply with?
Scientific method.
Science. So
Basic.
the science, we trust the science because it's tested with science. That's a circular, that's circular. That's a circular,
100%.
never-ending loop. Or you go...
That kind of goes into a lot of things, doesn't it? Even like math equations. Like
Yeah,
we accept
everything.
everything.
It's everything.
Yeah. So
this goes into, it's just true, right? The math. The math is
the
just
commonly
the math.
accepted facts.
Common logic, common reasoning says this is it. But is it absolute certainty?
No, because I mean, there's plenty of things that have changed. Scientific equations, mathematical ones. I mean, they've refined them over time. So
We've been wrong before.
yeah, look at
We
the
used
history
to think
books.
we were the center of the universe. Remember that?
I mean, some people still do.
And that's like, well, because of this and this and this, the chain will never end. So every belief you have eventually hits a loop, an infinite chain, or a stopping point where you just say, this is true, and accept it. And
Well-
that's Agrippa's trilemma.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, and then it's just reinforced in our daily lives anyway.
It's impossible to avoid.
Yeah, you grow up on it, you learn it. Well, I mean, look at kids nowadays. I'm surprised I didn't said this yet. Like my kid, like she learned a whole different kind of. I mean, it's not like crazy different, but just a different way of doing math than we did as kids. That's supposed to be a better way. That really,
Talking about Common Core,
yeah.
I never understood Common
No,
Core.
I looked at it. I'm like, I've seen it a few times. And I'm like, honestly, like I'm glad you're getting good grades in this because I can't show the work that way. And they're gonna want to see the work. So
I was never the greatest one at math. Like when in high school, when we got to algebra and algebra 2,
yeah,
with all the word problems in the books never made sense to me. If you put, I don't care how many apples and oranges Johnny and Gina have, and I don't care how many grapes they end up with at the end of the trade. I don't give a fuck. The shit doesn't make sense. You start putting letters where numbers go and the shit didn't make sense.
okay, XY divided by ZX.
Right, but if you tell me I work X amount of hours in a week and Y is the amount per hour I'm getting paid, I can tell you what Z is, which is algebra. Your paycheck math is algebra if you work hourly.
100%.
And
It's a real life example, though.
it's algebra if your salary, for your salary at the end of the year.
It's a real life example to you. That's why it's easy for you to figure
So
out.
that's why it made sense. So what
Yeah.
actually helped me pass like math in high school was auto shop. You start putting in algebra and cubic, displacement of an engine. I can figure that out. You need fuel flow for volume. I can figure that out. I couldn't do it the way they were telling me.
No, because they were teaching it one way. That's the other problem with school is, I mean, we've already talked about the school was created by what was it, the Rothschilds or Rockefellers, one of the two.
Rockefellers.
Either way, so school's already kind of,
Well, it was created to make a workforce.
yeah, they want everybody to be the same, so going back to my point is they teach everybody the same, no matter who you are for the most part. I mean, it seems like they're starting to change some of that a little bit, but for the most part, there's specific expectations that have to be met for every student to completely graduate. And we're talking like the common course. I'm sorry, not the common, like the core
The
classes.
curriculum, yeah.
Yeah. So like, math, English, science, history.
Which they still screwed that up for me.
Which one?
All of it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like my math credits for junior and senior year, instead of taking a math class, was auto.
Yeah, 100%.
My science credits for junior and senior year were auto body because I was working with chemicals. That's how they worked that shit in. I was working with paints and Bondo and catalysts and shit. So they gave me a science credit for it.
Well, here's the thing. That's actually not terrible. And let me explain why. Because that lets you be a little bit more unique in your what's working for you. You know what I'm saying? Because what would be the point for you to take the other classes if it wasn't going to do anything for you? Or it was going to be too complicated in something you're not even actually going to be involved in, you know? So
yeah, but a lot of kids aren't going to fight for that in a school. Like, I had to talk to my guidance counselor and get that worked out.
Oh, okay. It kind of sounded like it was, okay. Interesting. But see, that's good. That's that's a positive thing, actually, in my opinion.
You got to fight for it.
Yeah.
They need to put shop classes back in schools. Because that's where this country is going to be rebuilt by. It's going to be built by the guys getting their fucking hands dirty.
My kid's high school is going to have a shop class. Not that she's going to be in there, maybe not.
Like wood, metal?
Like auto. There's like a robotics class. They have a AutoCAD and like that kind of programming class. I think they show them. I don't remember what the 3D programming they're using in that one is, but they are doing that too, I'm sure. So it's like the career prep. It's how we had the career prep center.
The CPC.
Yeah. So but that's in their high school already.
Well, it's like Lincoln. Lincoln had their own little wing for like auto wood, but they took all that out when we were leaving high school.
That's crazy.
Like there's like Mott didn't have an auto shop because they got rid of it after we graduated.
Really?
Yeah. For a couple of years now, Arnold was teaching science class instead of auto. Honestly, you should get your kid into robotics though. That's going to be a good field.
That's kind of what I was pushing her towards. I'm like, you should definitely like try to.
But I think it's fucked up that like, oh yeah, show your work. You're not going to have a calculator in your pocket. Every single one of us has a phone that has a calculator.
Yeah, you remember we couldn't even use calculators when we were kids, bro, at first. And then we got like mid-high school, we started getting into the more advanced ones. And it was kind of like we had to have a T5 or what would, the T5.
The TI-84.
Yeah, TI-84 is fucking.
I know it's funny. I use those at work. I have TI-84 calculators at every single one of my machines at work.
That's actually quite hilarious. So that was a good class for you then.
Well, I barely passed math classes in high school.
Oh.
And now I can do advanced trigonometry and compound angles in my head because of what I do every day.
Yeah, because it's something you can understand.
Yeah, it's in a form I can understand in a logical train of thought that makes sense.
That's why you being able to stay in the auto class was a good thing, because you were able to learn what they couldn't figure out how to teach you in the other class.
Well, it more so one that Mr. Core from Lincoln helped me a lot with that and being able to shift my mindset from, okay, this is the word problem. So a lot of the times I would just like rewrite out the problem into something that made sense to me in the class. And that's how I would solve the problem. And the teachers hated it because they're like, oh, show your work. So I show my work and it doesn't make sense to them. And they're like, how the fuck do you get this? And I'm like, well, this is the math. The numbers don't lie.
You're not wrong, though.
According to
you had the right answer, though, right?
I had the right answer, but the work didn't make sense. But according to Agrippa's Trilemma, why do I trust the math?
Well, that's the way you were taught it.
It's just the way it makes sense.
And that fucked up.
So let's shift back into this. And I guess with this Agrippa's Trilemma, what really hit me this week is that I've always been a facts, data, and numbers don't lie kind of guy. It's been my baseline for everything. Politics, business, economics, debates, everything. I'm always like, yeah, come with the facts. Let's do this. And then I started asking, why do I trust the data? Why do I trust this source more than I trust this source?
Yeah, I mean, unless you're collecting it yourself, it's hard. I mean, I know we can go deeper into it to the more, we only see so much light.
But even if I collect it myself, what makes me trust who I'm collecting it from? How do I know this person's not lying to me? Like, it's a never-ending cycle.
I mean, when you go that far, yeah, keep going.
But it's like, what makes you consider a source reputable versus another source that you might say isn't?
Funny enough, when looking for stuff like, just trying to figure out if something's real or not, you kind of try to see it from being told a specific way from multiple places, which way is being talked about or agreed upon the most. So, general consensus.
Right on. So just a general
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when, trying to figure out if a video is AI or something like that, stuff like that.
See, like I started thinking about it like Amazon reviews. Like if I'm going to buy a product off Amazon, I'm going to scroll down at the bottom of the page where it shows me the reviews. And I'm going to read the 5-star reviews.
And the
like
1-star.
the top 5 1-star reviews, and probably 2 or 3 of like the in the middle reviews.
I actually do the same
to try to get like a real feel of is this product going to be worth the money that I'm paying for?
No, for sure. Because the middle ones are probably the most honest,
and
which is funny.
Huge advocate for the saying you get what you pay for across every spectrum. You want something fast
and cheap,
it's not going to be good. You want something good and fast, it ain't going to be cheap. And if you want something cheap and good, it ain't going to be fast. You can have 2 of the 3, but never all of them at the same time.
Yeah, can't bake a cake and eat it too.
Well, you can. It's just going to take you longer.
Sure is.
Because you got to take the time to bake it and then take the time to eat it. You still only get 2 of the 3. But it's like when it comes down to these reputable sources, then I started thinking, okay, even if I deem this source reputable, and so did 1,000 other people,
why?
Why or who? Who led this charge? Because you look at studies through history, and you get one result or the other, and the difference is, who's funding the study? Electric car studies,
100%.
Oil studies,
how
tobacco studies, any kind of health studies.
Yeah, the tobacco industry is a great one.
Yeah, and
they paid them for proper results plenty of times.
Yeah, it's to skew the results into this favor or that favor because that's who was funding it.
So is oil, like you said, and I'm sure plenty of other things.
Oh, I'm sure a ton of economic or environmental studies too.
Yeah,
for like all these data centers going in that are just killing local freaking environments and local.
Oh, it's getting crazy.
With infrastructure upgrades, it's wild. And the other thing with that is it's not only who's funding it or who to trust, but you then have to dig deeper into it of what's this data based on? Are these 2 different sources judging the exact same data, or did they both source their own data? And then it comes down to whose data do I trust more?
I know when it says something like only tested on, 2,000 people or like tested on like 2,000 people, it's just like,
that's really not that many in the
in
global
grand scheme of things. Yeah, fucking not at all.
And then we've talked about the Mandela effect, how memory is not direct storage. It reconstructs memories in a way that either haunts you or makes you happy. So it's like, can I trust my own memory? Can I trust my own eyes? Can I trust the information that I'm defending here on the show or in an argument with in a debate or an argument with somebody?
From your perspective, yeah.
So then it comes down to I'm just cocksure and confident. We've talked about, are we just getting louder? Or are people getting dumber?
Yeah, no,
so
we have talked about it.
because I'm more confident, even if I'm wrong?
I mean, that is a real thing, but not with you per se, but like, yeah, that can happen for sure. I mean, yeah, it's just another way to look at it, man. It might be it's weird because I mean, everyone has their own, people see the world differently, truly. So now
that I'm thinking about it, a real question. Can I trust you?
I don't know,
when
man.
you tell me something is true? Can I trust your data?
Probably not.
Can I trust my own data? I don't know, man. And this is kind of where it's going to get a little weird, a little more personal. Because in that it was basically the span of like 2 hours of going over all this in my head. I had this moment, man, where I might be a nihilist. And like, not in the bad way. Like, there's 2 ways you can go with this, right? Do you know what a nihilist is?
No.
So a nihilist is like, if I can't prove that anything matters and nothing matters, then nothing matters. And you kind of just, if nothing matters, why do anything? Or you go to the other side, which is where I think I'm at. And that's the universe didn't assign meaning to any of this. The only thing in this existence, in my reality, that gives meaning to anything that I do is myself.
100% though. That's a fact. You have to love yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to trust yourself. Think about that.
Well, it's more of a personal thing for me where if truly nothing mattered, money wasn't a thing, status wasn't a thing, if none of this truly mattered, I'd still go through hardships and take risks to try to build something great. No matter, even if it was just for me, to leave something for me and my family, if that's all that really mattered.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd still go through and
purpose.
build. I wouldn't just be like, oh, nothing matters, so I'm not going to do anything. So those are the two sides of nihilism. But that goes back to it, man. Nothing matters. Burn it all down, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's pretty deep.
Nothing has built-in meaning until we give it to it.
Technically speaking, yeah. It has to be given meaning by somebody. I mean, even like naming colors, it was given meaning. That was given meaning when it was given a name.
Yeah. Or it had a meaning that needed a name, so that's how it was given.
That's another way to look at it for sure. I like that. But yeah, it's stuff like that, man.
But I guess like there's no assigned purpose to anything. There's no universal meaning to anything. And there's no script you're supposed to follow. It doesn't exist.
Just here on random chance.
But is it random? You gotta have a purpose if you're here, right?
Or not. There's people that don't have purpose.
You think so? You really think there's people like NPCs that they're just there?
I mean, we can go two ways on this one, because a part of me would say they've probably given up and don't even want to put the effort in to figure it out.
Well, that's the other side of the nihilist spectrum. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, the negative Nancy's. And then you got, the NPC, because we're definitely in a simulation. But, yeah, I mean, I couldn't see it another way. We have to be in some sort of simulation, dude.
I mean, I couldn't imagine living a life where, like, the universe just hands you a checklist and it's like, well, this is why you're here. Hop to it.
No.
Well,
it could be ingrained in our DNA.
So
or that's the code of the simulation.
So with everybody's DNA being just slightly different, that purpose is just slightly different for everybody?
It's quite possible.
It's an interesting thought. I never really thought about that one.
I mean, the base DNA is pretty much the same for all of us, though.
Well, we share 22% of our genes with fucking bananas. I mean, so what the fuck?
Well, you know,
Banana.
I was probably a banana in one of my past lifetimes.
You think so?
No, man. I don't know. I mean, but if we had banana D, somebody was. Maybe not me. Somebody was.
Or, I mean, all life comes from the same elements.
Pretty much.
That's part of it. I think more so than we evolved from bananas.
100%. But all jokes aside, no, I would agree with you on that statement 100%. Because everything's kind of interconnected. The universe, us. Still fits into the simulation theory, though, because algorithms.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, light speed's light speed. It doesn't change.
That's a lot of all of our subjects loop together, and it's becoming a really, really big pattern recognition that is kind of becoming too hard to ignore. Like, I didn't intentionally, do the episodes like this. It kind of just naturally flowed. But even our slogan, this don't outsource your thinking. That's an Agrippa's Trilemma in a nutshell. We're having people get information from us, which is a source outside of their own, and we're telling them not to outsource their thinking.
Yeah, and where do you get your information from? Books, internet, from somebody else?
Yeah.
Teachers.
I don't even think my information is first hand, second hand, or third hand anymore. I don't know what hand we're on.
It's
we're on like
it's
the other
offhand.
foot.
Yeah, it's offhand at this point.
We're on the other foot now.
Jeez.
So like when you put this out to people, a lot of people go instantly down that spiral of, well, if nothing matters, then nothing matters. And that's not where we're trying to land here. It's mainly just that meaning isn't assigned, it's chosen. You choose the meaning of everything in your life. And with that, don't let 5 minutes of your day ruin your whole 24 hours. Like, don't let that 5-minute period ruin your whole fucking day.
No, there's still a lot of time left in the day, folks.
And the only person that can do that is you. You can get into an argument with somebody and go, wow, that person really pissed me off. You just ruined the last 5 minutes of my life. Let it ruin that 5 minutes. Take control of your own meaning and your own purpose and go, all right, that 5 minutes is in the past. That interaction's over with. Can't let it ruin the rest of my day. It's okay to feel things. I'm not telling you to suppress your feelings, but don't let it control your purpose for that day. And I mean, even after all this, right? Planes still fly. Cars still drive. Machines still work. Algorithms are still predicting outcomes. And my day job's going to be there tomorrow, whether or not I want to show up or not.
That's how it goes, man.
So clearly, reality is consistent enough to operate within, even if we can't perfectly justify its philosophy. I don't trust things because they're perfect. I trust things because they keep working and have been working. So what does all this actually mean, man? I don't think it means that I can stop thinking, or you can stop thinking, or that we can stop trusting everything. I don't think it means everything is fake. But what I do think it means is that we can never truly have absolute certainty.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that part for sure. I mean, we can only come to a conclusion based on the information we have. So.
And I don't trust all that information because
no, but I guess that goes back to
before.
I guess that goes back to, you know, looking at multiple places and seeing what's agreed upon. I mean, would you trust just finding it on one unreputable place? It's hard to trust that.
No, when I search something, I usually look at 3 or 4 different sources for a topic
exactly
before I just spout back an answer. And I mean, every belief you have, it's built on layers, not bedrock. I think that's a pretty true saying that I can live by now. And then at some point, everyone just stops asking questions and says,
fuck it.
This is true because it's true.
Yep.
Because we can all see it. It's universally agreed upon. It's true because it's true.
Which kind of is how it is, isn't it?
I think I just need to keep basing my reality on what's working reliably and what has always reliably worked before.
The scientific method. Yep. That's that, bro.
Not only the scientific method, I'm pretty partial to the process of eliminations with a problem.
You have to do that in the scientific method too.
Well,
but
it's one route of the scientific method. So I like the process of elimination, and I also am a huge fan of, if I'm going to run an experiment, I'm going to change the parameters. I'm going to change one parameter at a time.
Yeah, one
that
little
way
tweak.
I can look at the result and go, great, this got better, or oh fuck, this got worse. And I can either revert to how it was better or continue to change to keep incrementally getting better.
That's the only way to actually do it, though, too. Because if you do multiple things at the same time, you'll never know what's working.
Can you tell my boss that, please? Because I wish they would abide by that.
Here's the thing. I tell my boss the same thing, and still got to change multiple things.
Changing multiple things at the same time is just, all right, great, we got better, but how did we get better? What made this better?
what was better about this round over this round? Like, well,
yeah, I don't know.
Things have changed almost every time, so I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is.
Yeah, better from where? Give me your exact reference of where better is, and I'll tell you what we've changed since. Because it's probably 15 things.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot, sir.
So, like, honestly, I hope I didn't break anybody's mental with this and didn't drive them down that path of the negative nihilism. Because
don't just give up.
Because nothing's truly justifiable or certain that nothing matters. Things do matter. There are consequences to our actions.
100%. It's a crazy thought to have, too.
And the choices you make today can dictate your life 5 years down the road. I see that in my own life every day. So, like, this realization this week didn't break me. It definitely made me question if I was a nihilist or not, and how much I trust my sources and why I trust my sources. It made me think real deep and hard about that. So I'm not broken, and I hope this didn't break anybody. I just wanted it to make me, you, and our audience more aware of how I think and more aware of this Agrippa's Trilemma, which I didn't know existed until this week. This was something I started asking questions, and this is what led me to this.
You're asking the universe for something, man.
But I want not only myself and you, everybody, but we need to be more intentional about what we believe in, what our sources are, and honestly, what we're willing to fight for. We need to stop this endless loop of outrage and bickering amongst ourselves like a bunch of high school kids and come together to make something really happen for humanity, because we're at a drastic turning point in our history.
Isn't it crazy that humanity really just wants to burn itself to the ground? It seems like it always ends up going there. But when everybody works together, oh my God.
Exactly.
The things that can happen are crazy.
I want the occurrence to happen less, that we just accept something because it sounds good or because it comes from the quote-unquote right place.
Right.
Yeah, I want critical thinking to come back. I want people to start questioning everything that's going on. Because as soon as you start
100%.
questioning everything, you're going to start realizing, oh shit, we're in fucking trouble.
And, yeah, we are there. We are sometimes, man. For sure. Look at the world right now.
So here's our Agrippa's Trilemma, guys. Don't outsource your thinking. With that, I think we're going to go into our second break. We'll be right back with you guys. Quick reality check. Most people talk about discipline. Very few actually live it. That's where Deem Fit apparel comes in. This brand isn't for people looking for shortcuts or participation trophies. It's for people who actually put in the work, whether that's in the gym, on the job, or just trying to be 1% better every single day. We're talking about first responders, military, the people out there grinding who don't outsource responsibility. If that sounds like you, or at least who you're trying to become, go grab some gear that reflects it. Hit deemedfit.co, use code Kyle Slominski for 15% off, and stop dressing like someone who hit snooze 5 times. Deemed Fit apparel, earn it. Alright guys, we're back for our last segment of the night. Got about another 25, 30 minutes left for you. And we talked about something on break that we realized we almost missed in our current event segment.
Yeah, and I don't know how we did. I can't believe we missed going back, I shouldn't say going back to the moon, but, going around the moon.
And for those of you living under a rock, we are referring to the Artemis mission.
That's right, folks.
The Artemis 2. Launched on the 1st from
April Fool's Day.
From Kennedy Space Center in Florida. And it is aboard the SLS rocket, the Space Launch System. And there's 4 crew members aboard from the U.S. and Canada. And it's the first time humans have left low Earth orbit since 1972.
Pretty momentous occasion, yeah?
I like the wording they use for this. They're calling it a translunar interjection. Translunar injection. So what they're saying is after launch, the Orion parked briefly in Earth's orbit and then fired its engines to break free of Earth's gravity and headed to the moon. So they were like timing the orbit of everything
Right.
from the launch there.
No, it's wild, man. I mean, how you feeling about it? You see the picture of the Earth they doctored?
I mean, every picture from NASA, I think, has been doctored, including Mars being orange back in the 90s and early 2000s. The one picture I did see from it, granted, social media, and as we talked about, trust your data. I don't know if I trust the data on this one. The picture I seen from now compared to the one from the 70s showed the Earth being a whole lot more green in color, like smog in the atmosphere. And it kind of truly looked like a dying planet.
You saying the newer one or the older one?
The newer one compared to the older one. Like the atmosphere just looked more clouded.
And we have stars now.
We do have stars. So I don't know if what changed is that we've polluted the Earth more in 50 years or just the person who's doctoring the photos at NASA has changed.
Well, that person definitely changed.
And I think what's got me about all of this is in 50 years, I know we've gotten better cameras on the civilian side. Why does the image quality look about the same?
They did a good job doctoring it back in the day.
We got 4K now, and that image looks like a 720p image from a tube TV.
Well, like I said, it looks heavily doctored when it shouldn't need to be. So what are they taking out? What are they editing? You know what I mean? Because, like you just said, our cameras now should give us a pretty clear picture of it, of the Earth.
I mean, supposedly,
without having to do this.
Supposedly, my Samsung S21 Ultra that's 6 years old can take perfect photos of the moon. Allegedly.
It is allegedly, because I'll tell you what, they're not necessarily perfect. I wouldn't say perfect. Perfect's not the word. But
without the
I understand.
moon mode on.
Oh, it also cuts the stars out.
So with the doctored photos, I guess the stars being cut out doesn't make sense to me. Could I see them trying to doctor out all the space garbage and satellites that are orbiting in low Earth orbit to try to give us a clearer picture of the Earth? Maybe, but why can't they just give us the unredacted, one with all the space junk next to it?
Give us both.
Yeah, like give us the real image and then be like, hey, this is what it would look like if we didn't launch a bunch of trash into fucking orbit.
Let's start a free the real NASA pictures.
Yeah, because I didn't see
movement.
no fucking satellite trains of space or Starlink satellites in that photo. And supposedly them things are orbiting Earth like every 27 minutes.
Although, I will point out that they're quite small compared to the Earth. So, it might just honestly not even be noticeable.
All the little dots.
I mean, from how far away they are, I don't know. I do see your point, but I'm not sure.
I can see what you're saying.
But they still doctored it, so either way, yeah,
it's
they
definitely got to be doctored.
They already doctored it. They might as well have taken all that out, 100%.
And I think I would be more impressed if I seen an image with the space station in between the capsule they're in and the Earth.
Oh, that would have been a great picture.
Like, show me a shot with the space station.
You think they'll do that after they wrap around the moon and come back?
If they time it right, or is NASA too worried about them possibly colliding with the space station? So they're going to keep it separate where they're going to launch back towards Earth where it's on the other side of the planet.
How? Yeah. I mean, I guess.
It would be an amazing photo if they could release it undoctored and show, hey, this thing's really up here.
It seems like it's really hard still, though, even after all these years, for us to do this.
Well, there's so many conflicting stories in the fact that the technology and everything just magically disappeared from the 70s to now. Like, we've already been there. And if the astronauts came back, and clearly Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong are both still alive, then the radiation wasn't that bad. Why have we not gone back? And if science excuse was the radiation.
Yeah, they brought that. I've read that too. Yeah, they bring that up all the time. They're so worried about it, but
we've already done it.
We already have people.
And he's back. They're both still alive 50 years later.
Yeah, and we've had multiple people, supposedly, allegedly.
And they can't say they're worried about the electronics because we've sent so much shit out into space, allegedly, that's gone, billions of fucking miles, but yet it's still beaming back, images and
from the Voyager?
Data. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, too, the Voyager, how can we lose? Yeah, going into that, how are we going to lose communication while they're on the backside of the moon if we can get something from the edge of the solar system? That shit's wild to me.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Not at all. Not at all.
And I mean, here on Earth, I send wireless radio waves and cell phone waves through my house, through all kinds of barriers to reach the receivers. We can't transmit through Hollow Moon. we can't. It doesn't make sense.
It's definitely hollow though, man.
You know,
it rings like a bell when you hit it.
We get radio waves that beam back pictures of Saturn and Jupiter and all that, but we can't get radio waves through the moon. Is it a blocker?
Little signal blocker, you think?
Maybe. Like a little jammer? Place there?
It's interesting.
Purpose?
Why would that be? Is there like a base up there, you think? Maybe the Nazis actually got up there back in the day?
I don't know if the Nazis got up there or something from elsewhere in the solar system or beyond has gotten there.
Anything's possible.
I wonder if this astronaut that's going to remain, or these astronauts that are going to be in this capsule on the backside of the moon, are going to experience the same thing they did back in the 70s, which is where they had like weird whistling noises and weird crackles on the radio with what sounded like transmissions coming through them when they were on the backside of the moon, not in communication with Earth.
Yeah, makes you think where those come from.
They got to be coming from
You
somewhere.
think they're just bouncing around in our solar system from us on Earth?
I mean, my logical brain tells me that it's background interference on the radio, like we get static here on Earth. But because there's no ionosphere for the radio waves to bounce down and up off of, like the ground of the ionosphere and back, that instead of getting static, they're just getting long form radio waves. That is just empty vacuum static.
Yeah.
Like just background.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, 100%.
So fun fact, they're on track to exceed Apollo 13's distance record of flight, which was about 252,000 miles.
Hell yeah.
They're looking at going about 265,000 miles. So that'll be a new step for humans. We're going a little bit further.
Another step for humanity.
I don't really have a breakdown of how that works. I wish I did here.
For which part?
For how they're going to go further.
Maybe it's with the whole thing. I don't know, because I mean they did land something on the moon when they went to the moon, and he went around the backside.
So this is just for Artemis 2 specifically. It doesn't give me anything, unfortunately. Maybe it's just the route they're taking, trying to get to the moon, or the time of year they're doing it, so the moon is
further away.
Yeah. I'm not sure on that.
It might literally be just that. The moon just happens to be further away.
Yeah, or the route where they have to go around the Earth in orbit, like they have to ride the equator to get out to the moon because of the tilt of the Earth for the season.
Yeah, so you think, yeah, exactly. So the season pretty much affected it. The time.
Yeah, it's got to be the time. Maybe the time of year.
Because I was going to say that if there was, I mean, they got out pretty fine before. I don't know. I'm not sure why we're still struggling with that. Like I said.
So part of the struggle is that it's finding a cleaner, more reliable way to get there.
Well, that I understand, but even for the safety, it seems like we've gotten to a point where, and I mean, we don't have a lot that blow up, obviously, so we don't have a lot of ships that blow up, but I don't know, yeah, I guess it's better to be overly cautious.
Well, okay, so let's think about this in the traditional standpoint, going back to the now retired space shuttles. Those were liquid fueled rockets, which is a lot of weight. Each kilogram you send to space is roughly $10,000. So now we're going to
they're mixing a couple right now, right?
Solid rocket fuel or gas rocket fuel like methane and stuff to try to lower the weight and up the power and the thrust. With that comes a whole lot of jumps in technology and different rocket designs to do things. Like the current thing is the 0-point pulse engines. It's like an arrow spike. So you have an arrow spike that directs all your gas and everything to one point. And from that point, if you watch rocket combustion and exhaust, you get pressure diamonds. And the pressure diamonds are where the waves are coming in and going out and coming in and going out in a perfect trajectory, which is actually what helps you generate your thrust. Because each one of those diamonds is actually producing another pulse.
Right.
For that gas to generate more thrust. And the more pulses you can get in a directed direction without actually burning through the rocket nozzle itself is where we're trying to get to. That's why you have companies in Germany and here in the US, and there's one in, I believe, Australia that's experimenting with 3D printing rocket nozzles, trying to get all the gas chambers and the cooling chambers built into one where you can just 3D print it out of copper or stainless steel. And they're testing these on benches.
So they don't have to worry about them like breaking apart or one part going bad or whatever.
One piece. It's all one piece. But the issue with one piece is the temperatures you're running at with these is getting them clean.
What do you mean?
So the way these are made, they're not 3D printed in your traditional way, how a plastic 3D printer works.
Okay.
A lot of these, it's called powder bed. So it takes a movable bed and it lays down like a 2-micron sheet of metal powder. Then a laser comes through and reads your 3D model and prints a layer of that 3D model. Then the machine cools, it dips down, puts another layer of powder over, moves back up, and the laser goes over and prints the next layer. And it's just millions of layers of this over time built up into one piece. So it is one solid metal.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
And like the powder sieved off, drained out, and then like process, just repeat. Kind of like you would see a printer printing ink, just back and forth. That's what it does.
I get what you're saying, yeah.
So when you're cleaning those, you have to get every speck of powder out at that temperature. Otherwise, that becomes something that can combust inside of the chambers, the cooling
that
lines.
causes a malfunction.
It causes burn through because it's such a high temperature. And now what I was watching in some of these videos, especially from the German company, was experimenting with copper. The rocket chambers were getting to such a temperature that the flame was going from a blue-white to a green. Now, do you remember when you were a kid with the garden hose and the copper tube, that flame would change different colors and go green?
Yeah.
That green is copper burning. So that engine, while it was putting out 40 kilonewtons of thrust,
it was fucking burning up.
Was melting itself
I would
into
say
a core meltdown.
That's not a good look.
And in theory, these engines would be reusable if you can clean them. Well, the only way to clean them is like a mineral oil solution, but if you don't get all that out, they're using liquid methane through atomizers for a fuel on the inside and liquid oxygen for cooling on the outside. When you combine those two, it becomes a fuel. So you're cooling, and as soon as it hits the combustion chamber, it's now providing thrust. So if that mixture isn't right, it's going to just fucking burn through instantly and be done. You'll toast the engine.
Yeah, that's an expensive...
very expensive
fix.
Science project.
Yeah, so... Doesn't sound safe either.
Everything,
in theory, it would be safe, you would think, but, I mean...
Everything's experimental until it works. And what did Einstein say?
Scientific method, man.
What did Einstein say with the light bulb? I didn't fail. I found 10,000 ways that this didn't work. But in the end, I found one way that it did work.
That's all that matters.
And that's all that matters, is finding that one way that works. And you know what? I hope these moon missions are the same way. I hope we find the way that works that reliably gets us to the moon and back.
You want to go for a vacation?
I'd love to go to the moon, man.
They have a little moon city up there. Moontown?
Trump Hotel on the moon? Moon Trump.
Yeah.
So you want to know they've already had some minor issues on this Artemis ship. They had a couple
I did see that.
Small warning systems early on that have all been fixed so far, and everything's under control.
They had to fix the door or something, the seal on the door or something, like the day of.
So far, the biggest issue they've had has been a toilet system malfunction. I hope they're not up there floating around with a bunch of dookie just floating around in the space capsule.
Yeah, what if that shit's just not working? What if the shit's not working, bro? Like, what are you doing? How can that be the only thing that's malfunctioning?
Human ingenuity. Hey, that's a mission success. If that's the only malfunction we have, I'll take that.
No, I mean, no, you're right. You're right. I mean, it's not the worst malfunction at all by any means, but you get everything else to work. You can't get the toilet to work.
Or the door seal.
I know. They had to fix that the day of the launch, bro. They were up there. Could you just imagine being in there in the shuttle and the door seal's got to be fixed before you can get launched up, and you're still getting launched up anyway? Like,
I wonder if they were like sitting there with like some super glue from the dollar store, some little tubes trying to reglue.
Oh, they put some duct tape on there for sure.
Or like some 200-mile-an-hour tape or something.
Yeah, they definitely put some tape on it. I mean, not really, but... So it's interesting, man. I mean, here we are. New age for humanity again.
You think we're going to go back? You think they're going to land somebody on the moon in 2028?
They're saying 2028, man. We got to beat China. That's what they're trying to do. China says 2030 they're going to be on the moon. So they obviously want to beat them. That's why they're going to go 2028. They're try to
put the first woman on the moon as well as the first person of color on the moon.
Just 2 people?
Is there some DEI hires? Oops, did that come out of my mouth? Couldn't be.
Are they the only 2 though?
I don't think they're the only 2, but that's definitely part of the goal. It looks like they're trying to put crews up there, like multiple crews. And one of them is going to be aimed at the southern hemisphere, or the southern pole of the moon. Isn't that weird? Didn't we talk about the southern pole of the moon? Having a whole bunch of helium-3?
Yeah.
And how it was going to be a race to the south pole of the moon for a control for the next generation of energy?
I mean, that's the only way to sustainably get off of oil, it seems like.
Oh, this shit, this can't be reality. I swear we're predicting the future on this show.
I mean, green energy is not working. It takes too much out of the earth to even do it, so.
Well, you already see what they're doing with the petrodollar, right?
Yeah, it's getting fucked up. What do you mean?
No, we're regaining control and supremacy
with
of the petrodollar, and they're hybridized. I can't even fucking say it. They're making it a hybrid.
Hybridizing it.
They're making it a hybrid with LNG. So no longer is it going to be just the petrodollar. It's going to be the petro and gas dollar. That's
and
what's
what is
happening
helium-3?
in front of our own eyes. Well, helium-3 is going to be a form of nuclear.
Fair.
Helium-3, and like I've touched on before, helium-3 goes into nuclear fusion instead of nuclear fission. And there are currently
it's a lot safer
leaps and jumps being made in the fusion side of nuclear science, which to me is awful suspicious.
Explain. What do you mean by that? Because I think nuclear would be good for the energy on the planet.
It's that we put stops on development and mass funding into these things, and then all of a sudden there's a 25 to 50 year leap in technology. The same thing that happened with LED lighting, Ethernet, fiber optics, etc.
Yeah, you think they're hiding it or something? What are you trying to get at?
I see rapid development of things or major jumps in things always leads to some kind of crazy policies coming out of government. And I don't think that these jumps are a coincidence that Microsoft and Amazon want to reopen and renovate old nuclear power plants to start using them to generate power for these data centers. It seems like a coincidence that's not a coincidence.
I mean, who do you think's going to control the shit on the moon? Someone's got to pay for it.
I always
Let's
thought
assume
that would be more government.
I mean, it maybe
private.
at first.
But in the reality of things...
Well, no, because they're using a company's thing right now.
Where does everything really move? Not in the bureaucratic...
No.
Geopolitical
Wall
sphere. No,
Street.
it moves in the private sector.
Yep.
Did you see that Wall Street's moving to Texas?
I have read something a
Wall
while back
Street's
about
leaving
that.
New York and they are moving to Texas.
Well, that's because they fucked up. They're trying to take too many taxes from
They're
them.
fucking taxing it as socialism.
And the place costs too much to live in, so for most people.
Well, all the wealthy left and went to Florida, where there's no income tax.
I mean,
I don't blame them. I moved to Florida
Yeah,
too. No more
100%.
snow. No bullshit.
hurricanes.
Yeah, fuck them.
Just get the
It's
lasso out.
another play in the gray insurance area there. Like the billionaires always do. Like I was reading something today about how the billionaires, just mysteriously happen to lose all these watches, like expensive watches. Yeah, like I'll lose this $5 million Richard Mille, and it wasn't stolen in the U.S. from my house. No, it was stolen from Monaco, or it was stolen from Luxembourg, or it was stolen off my yacht in international waters, where the police can investigate or won't investigate, and therefore the insurance just cuts them a check for the $5 million that the watch cost. And then you see the watch pop up 2 or 3 years down the road under some fucking shell company out of Switzerland or fucking the Caribbean. So now that billionaire's got his watch and he's got the money from the fucking insurance claim. And because it's an insurance claim, it's not taxed because it's a loss.
Nope.
So you can actually pull that shit off your fucking income. It's a dirty world we're living in, bro.
No, that's the way they built the system, man. They built it for the top of the line people, the elites, to kind of just do what they want.
It's built for anybody that can afford a team to fucking specialize in little tiny sections of code, little tiny sections of the tax code. Each one of you 20 people specialize in 100 pages of this, and I pay $700 a year in taxes. Fuck everybody else. That's why I laughed at shit in New York. Oh yeah, we're gonna tax the wealthy. We're gonna do this. We're gonna raise property taxes. After promising to freeze rent, you can't raise property taxes and freeze rent.
Yeah,
Where does that property tax go to rental properties? It goes to the renter. The landlord now has to up the rent to keep up with the taxes
Yeah, someone's got to pay
for the
for it.
rental. Somebody's got to pay for it.
I mean, those buildings do cost a lot of money up there, especially down in, Manhattan area. Fuck.
Well, that's what they're trying to do to Belle Isle. Do you see the plans for Belle Isle?
No.
They want to take it away from being a state park and make it a high-income living area.
Are you serious,
including
bro?
its own little sections of shopping and boutiques and like this and that. And I'm like, so you want Detroit to have its own little Manhattan? That's fucking wonderful. Like, no. I hope the people of Detroit protest the shit out of that. That can't happen.
So what? They were talking about closing down the park, and I haven't even heard this, dude. That's
they're
insane.
talking about
When did they
closing
start
down the
talking
park.
about this?
I seen this last week. Over
Holy
the last
shit.
week. I'll see if I can find some articles and send them over.
And they want to close it off like completely and have to what do you mean?
They want to take the land from the state, make it not a park,
Well, I get that, but
and make it housing for high-income people.
oh yeah, so
Basically make it
private
a
city.
gated community, yeah.
That's why I was trying to ask if they were like completely gating it or what, because that's fucked.
They already got the security booth there. It's not really useful, and there's almost nobody ever in it. but
You don't
They
even
have a
have to
booth there.
stop at it if you know what you're doing.
yeah, just drive on through. Park pass, bye. I don't know, man. That shit would irritate the hell out of me if that shit actually happens. I love Belle Isle. Love going down there.
Yeah, we have had a few enjoyable times there for sure.
Well, it's a good place to just go de-stress after a day at work, too. Go sit down there and stare at the water for a couple minutes and relax.
Super nice in the summer. See the sunset from there? Yeah, it's great, honestly. Not too far from the house.
It is crazy that we live north and south of a bridge to go to Canada.
Yeah, did they open that new bridge yet?
I don't know I think the Gordie Howe's open.
That's crazy. The thing looks nice.
Canadians paid for it.
Paid a lot.
It's like twice the size of the Ambassador Bridge.
Yeah, they paid a lot for sure.
It makes our bridge look tiny. It really makes the Blue Water Bridge look tiny. Like the Blue Water Bridge is the smallest of them all.
Well, the funny part is, though, is it's like paid for by them for us to travel over there.
Yeah, but what that means is they're going to collect all the tolls to cross it.
Yeah.
That's what that
And we're
means.
going to be paying money over there.
I mean, yeah.
So he made them pay for an easier way for us to get over there.
Well, Detroit is one of the busiest land crossings on the border.
We could just swim, though. I mean, we're literally that close. Might get in trouble, but you could swim.
You won't get in trouble if you take your passport with you. If you put your passport in a dry bag and swam through waters, I don't think you would technically get in trouble. You might get questioned. But I don't think you would end up with a fine or anything.
They might take you in. You might not get yeah, I don't know, man.
They might save you half a swim.
Yeah, if you get caught in the middle of the water, yeah. But I mean, even up by like Harson's Island and stuff. I mean, you can almost. That's a quick swim.
Oh yeah, you could throw a football and be in Canada.
Yeah. So. But yeah.
Speaking of Canada, did you see Alberta?
What about it?
They got enough votes where they're trying to secede from Canada.
Nah.
And become their own thing.
Their own country?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
how's that
they
working?
got a GDP of like $230 billion. They're like rebuilding a bunch of like infrastructure to start exporting resources and stuff.
What do they have there? Oil?
A lot of minerals. Probably some oil. Probably some natural gas, because that's all kind of up in that region. Probably some gold.
All the fine shites.
But I don't know if they're trying to become a state or not.
So the state of ours? Damn, are we going to get some of Canada? I mean, Trump did want to make it a state.
I know he wanted Greenland, but maybe we might take
wanted
Alberta
Canada
as a consolation prize.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't sound like a bad deal.
He sounds like he's ready to go in at Cuba, too.
What do you mean ready to go in on it? Because we've been sitting there forever.
It sounds like he's ready to take it. He sounds like he's trying to finish up in Iran and go take Cuba.
I mean, I don't know why else we're outside of there. You know what I mean? Didn't Russia send an oil tanker there?
I don't know. That part I don't know. I know they're having rolling blackouts and shit still.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that he had possibly sent one, but I haven't confirmed whether it made it or not. So,
yeah, I'll have to look into that.
But yeah, I mean, he's doing it pretty fucked up. He's literally, I mean, come on, man. They're going to hate the fuck out of us.
I'd almost rather them hate us than us be the laughingstock of the world like we were under Biden. I don't support everything Trump does. I'm not a Trumper. I'm not a MAGA.
No, not at all.
I don't. How is he in office has been my question. How is this the best motherfucker we have to put forward to represent us as a country?
He's in the bed with the devil.
He went from being no new wars, president of peace, to...
Oh, he even specifically talked shit about Obama not being able to make a deal with Iran.
Obama made a deal with Iran. It was a shitty deal. Do you know what the deal was? We were landing $87 million in cash every week over there and giving it to them. Every single week. And this is confirmed from the CIA.
Why? Just for them
it was a payoff.
To fake not do anything?
Yeah, it was a payoff.
Get the fuck out of here.
That was Obama's huge deal that all these people are arguing for. We were dropping millions of dollars over there every week from a plane, landing at one of their airstrips, and it was going directly to the government. We told Iran, you can have nuclear energy. You can buy your fuel from outside, like everybody else does, and you must build your nuclear plants above ground. Iran didn't do that.
No.
Iran somehow weaseled in the deal with Obama that we were going to subsidize their uranium. So we paid for them to get their uranium. And they built their enrichment facilities and their reactors and everything inside of mountains. So, you don't do that for clean civilian nuclear energy. You do that for weapons production.
So you're thinking like plan, a long thought out plan.
Oh yeah, they were playing the long game, 100%.
Till now. I mean, this is a part of it, I would say. I mean, if we go that route.
Well, this is the part that the average person really doesn't understand or know. Those are details that don't get talked about in the media. The other details that didn't get talked about in the media is they went in to negotiations saying that they had 460 kilograms of uranium enriched to 80%, enough to make 11 nuclear warheads. That was before the bombs started dropping over there. That's what the negotiating teams told us in Oman.
Said Iran had that still?
That's what Iran told us.
You believe that, though?
I do. Because and then 2 days later, the bombs started dropping. As soon as all the information got relayed. Seems to make sense to me. I believe that way more than the weapons of mass destruction lie we got fed in 2003.
100%. Different time and place. What happened after 2003? Just the Obama deal you talked about. Then they got all that shit, so yeah. It makes sense. It all, follow the money. Really.
Bingo.
But I will say that it's funny how they've worked it up in the media to talk about how, originally that Iran was like nothing and wouldn't be able to do anything, and it's taken quite a while. I mean, if they're not going to make a deal, obviously they still have cards to play. Or also, as you said earlier, maybe it's just fight to the death, like Japan did in World War II. I mean, I don't know.
So what I'm seeing with all of that is, we might have decimated their big ground units, but it sure seems they're still firing off missiles and drones from somewhere.
I mean, we have silos in the ground all over the place.
And the other thing I'm seeing is, you have man pads. You got man-armed fucking anti-air missiles and shit firing out of buildings that you can't detect that. You can't predict that. That's one fucking dude with a rocket launcher going, yep, I'm going to get this motherfucker.
They probably learned it after the 80s, man.
Well, they're obviously trained. Somebody's trained.
They were ready for it.
This shit's planned. Or governments, the regime's going around and going, hey, you're in the military, here's a rocket. You see something flying over your house? Take aim.
Definitely now. I mean, that's the way to do it, too. I mean, we've talked about that even for here and somebody invading our country. Fucking, there's so many people that have guns. Everybody's shooting. So.
I'd be more afraid of the shit that's going to come down if people invade here. Because it's going to be bodies dropping and tons of fucking bullets that didn't hit. What goes up comes down, man.
Yeah. That will be scary because a lot of people would just be shooting it off like a fucking cowboy in the old movies.
I think I would be staying on the first floor of my house. I wouldn't want to, well, maybe I would want to be up here in the bunker. I don't know.
Get a better view.
Maybe we should have built this thing in the basement.
No, I thought you put that bunker buster shit.
Yeah, I got 4 feet of solid concrete on the roof.
Yeah.
We're good.
We're good. No one's getting kirked in here. All right,
guys, we're coming up on the hour and 30-minute marker, so I don't really have any questions for you this week. I mean, the world's getting crazy.
Kind of see where it's playing out to be. So it's not really...
I don't know what data to trust. So I'm going to keep living in this trilemma that we're all forced to live in. Keep building out there, even if nothing is justified or truly means anything. Just keep on keeping on. We're going to keep you up to date as much as we can on this Artemis mission, on what's going on over in Iran, and we're going to keep these fun science and conspiracy theories coming your way. So with that, I'm Kyle.
And I'm Nick.
This is the BBN podcast. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and don't outsource your thinking. We'll see you on the next episode.
That's it for this episode of the BBN podcast. If this episode made you uncomfortable, good. That means you were paying attention. Hit follow, leave a comment or review, and share it with someone who isn't afraid of questions without easy answers. Until next time, stay curious, stay skeptical, and don't outsource your thinking. We'll see you on the next episode.